Hello everyone and welcome to Moonlight. My name is Elisa and today we are going to make another cyberpunk doll. I'm currently super obsessed with the 80s and 90s look and also with the neon cyberpunk style. So I was super stoked when I had the opportunity to make this doll, whose design we came up on the Discord server with all the lovely people there as a collaboration. Small hint, if you subscribe to my Twitch channel or become one of my patrons, you can get access to the Moonlight Discord server. Also, my shoe ebook is now available on my webshop. You can find all the links in the description box below. But now, without further ado, let's get started on this project. The artist of ball-jointed heart, David Pechio, reached out to me on Facebook and wanted to give me one of his dolls to repaint and customize. Shortly after, I received the package by him. The doll comes in this beautiful golden box with the logo lasered into the wood. When opening up the box, there is a little envelope which is sealed. Let's open it up. Ah yes, it's the certificate of authenticity. The doll is called Sakura. Oh, and there's also the logo in gold on the back of the certificate. Wow, it's so pretty! Alright, let's see what's in the little bag. First we have a small business card. And there's also this little bunny mask. It looks so cool. I assume you can attach it to the doll face. I can't wait to try it out. Okay, let's see where the doll is. Short disclaimer here, there will be some doll nudity, although I had to censor some anatomically correct features in order to make my video not get demonetized. Oh wow, she's so tiny! The whole doll is just about 27 centimeters tall, so about the height of a Monster High doll. She has double jointed knees and elbows and also very unique jointed feet, which are a really cool feature, I think. The joints are very tight, which makes her hold poses pretty well. I really admire the hand sculpting, they look so pretty. In order to attach the bunny mask, I have to remove her faceplate so I can snap on the mask. Wow, that looks so cool and unique. I love that you can change up the look of the doll with this mask so much. Alright, let's start with the face-up. The plan and idea for this doll developed through a collaboration with the lovely people on my Discord server. I asked them what they would love to see and we all agreed on another cyberpunk themed doll. I love the whole cyberpunk aesthetic a lot and after playing the game Cyberpunk 2077 with my boyfriend, I really wanted to make another doll like that, maybe a little less buggy than the game. I added some initial blushing to the face first, which was really a challenge because I've never worked on such a tiny doll head before. I tried to use different brushes and Q-tips to make the shading look soft. Here I already added some eyeliner to one eye and also added some UV pink to the lid. I really wanted to use these UV colors again because I love the effect they give in UV light. Taking some neon yellow, I added it to her lower waterline. I really had to use the tiniest brushes I had to not mess up the small face-up. I also added some white to the eyelid line. I did not speed up this process, so you can see how slow I had to go. On the side of her face, I definitely wanted to draw her some kind of implant design. I actually painted this live on Twitch while streaming. I'm currently streaming Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays from 3 PM to 5 PM CET, so if you have the time, come and say hi. Seeing me painting the lines on video always looks so satisfying. After drawing the lines of her cyber parts, I finally gathered the courage to paint the second eye. I start by giving her the black eyeliner first with some black gouache paint. Then going in with neon colors as well, trying to make it as symmetrical as possible.
Listen, the Terminator's an infiltration unit. Part man, part machine. Underneath it's a hyperalloy combat chassis. Microprocessor control. Fully armored. Very tough. But outside it's living human tissue. Flesh, skin, hair.
After the eyeliner was drawn, it was time to go in and paint her lower lashes. These were the tiniest lashes I've ever drawn, but I love how they turned out.
It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity.
Looks so cool!
And it absolutely will not stop. Ever!
Now time for her second eyebrow. I apply some pastel dust first and then use a kneaded eraser to correct the shape. Then I also go in with a tiny brush and gouache paint to draw some single eyebrow hairs. After debating whether or not I want her lips to be softer or bolder, I went for a dark, bold purple lipstick. Then, listening to my awesome chat on Twitch, I also added some snakebite piercings to her face using silver nail art caviar. Last but not least, she just needs some shiny gloss on her lips to finish off the facet. I did not glue any lashes to her face because the face was too small and I couldn't find such tiny lashes. For her eyes, I just used some golden half beads because I wasn't able to find such small doll eyes anywhere either. The golden beads give her eyes an amazing sheen though. For her outfit, I made her a bodysuit from silver metallic jersey first. I cut out the pattern and will glue around all the seams to clean them up first. Then I just need to close the back and crotch seam and put it away for now. For the top part of the bodysuit, I made a bra pattern and will glue around the cup seam allowance and bottom seam allowance on the chest band first. I used tiny scissor snaps to be able to glue around the round shapes. Then I sewed the darts of the cups and glue around the upper seam allowance of them as well. So it will look like this. Now I just need to glue the cups to the chest band. Looks good so far. After finishing the bra, I put it on the doll together with the bodice and glued the bra and the straps of the bodysuit together. I added closures in the back, and this is how it looked all done. For her skirt, I cut a long stripe from purple metallic fabric and added all the snaps to fold the pleats of the skirt in place. Before doing that, I glued around the lower seam allowance first though. I used glue for the skirt and bodysuit because I didn't want any visible seams on the clothes. After it was dry, I could pin all the pleats in place and secure them by sewing over them once. Then I took pink metallic fabric and cut the waistband from it. I glue around the top seam first before sewing it together with the skirt part. And there's the skirt all done. I just added a snap button as a closure to the back. Next outfit piece is her jacket. I found this neon pink faux fur while tidying up my fabrics, and it was perfect for her jacket. I cut out the bodice and sleeves and will sew the sleeves to the armholes by hand first. After that, it looks like this. Now I just need to close the side and sleeve seams of the jacket and turn it inside out. Here I put the jacket on the doll to give it a little trim because the fur was a little long, and I also decided to add some neon yellow green combed out yarn wefts as an eye catcher to it. I just applied some glue to them and glued them into the fur of the jacket. And here's the finished jacket. I love it so much and low-key want a jacket like this for myself. Onto her wig. For her hair I was thinking of going all black but with some neon colors on the lower parts of her hair, so I made the yarn wefts for it accordingly. I start by adding the neon colors to the lower part of the wig first. Also this time I did not go for hot glue because the wig was so small that I didn't want any bulky hot glue building up. White PVA glue also works like a charm for wigs, but it definitely needs longer to dry. After adding the neon parts, I took the black wefts and add them to the upper part of the wig. After finishing up the wig and giving her bangs a trim, her wig is done and it makes me want to dye my hair in neon colors now. Time to finally paint the bunny mask. I already airbrushed it white and wanted to paint it inspired by Japanese fox masks, because I really love the vibe of these, but of course I'm going to use neon colors here as well. First I'm sketching out the design though with a light colored pencil. After I was satisfied with it, I went in with pink, yellow and green neon colors to give it the cyberpunk vibe. It was such a cool process to me painting this mask, and I don't know why I was afraid of painting it in the first place before. I guess you just have to take a risk sometimes. And here's the mask all done. I'm so happy how it turned out, and I can't wait to see how it glows in UV light. Okay, time to make her some cyberpunkish shoes as well. I first wrapped her feet in cling film and cut some soles from an old packaging cardboard paper. I used some masking tape to attach them to the feet. And then take some air dry silk foam clay to sculpt some toe boxes for the shoe. The great thing about foam clay is that it stays a little elastic and doesn't become as hard as epoxy clay or polymer clay. If you want an in-depth guide on how I make doll shoes, you can buy my shoe making ebook for Monster High dolls with included 3D files for shoe bases on my shop. Link is in the description box below. And here are cyberpunk slippers all done. Just kidding, of course, these are just the shoe bases for the shoe. For the actual fabric of the shoe, I'm going to use a black PU leather with a reptile pattern on it and cut out 2 pairs of the pattern pieces I made. I first sew together the front seam, finished sides in. Then I cut the seam allowance and glue it down to both sides. I also sewed those seams flat. It was a bit tricky, but it gives the shoe a very cool finished look. Next step is to sew around the top seam of the shoe. And then I can close the back seam of the boot. I also used some glue and glued the seam allowance of the back seams down before turning the shoe inside out. Looks almost like a shoe already. After snipping the seam allowance in little triangles because I don't have pinking shears, I slide the boot onto the doll feet, attach the sole and glue around the seam allowance of the boot to the bottom of the sole. Then it was time for some platform soles. My friend and super talented 3D artist BLUEPIXIE made these platforms in a heartbeat for me, and I printed them on my Elegoo Mars printer. I then take my finished boot pieces and glue them onto the platform soles using my trusty Uhu all-purpose glue. I hold them in place tightly until they were dry. After that, I'm taking some neon pink paint and apply it to the lower part of the platform sole. I used multiple thin layers to make the paint look super even. Looks great! Now, last but not least, I take some Scooby-Doo rubber bands, you know, the ones that were used to make keychains and stuff, and glue them around the rest of the platform to give them a really cool cyberpunkish look. It was a bit tricky to glue them, and that's why I couldn't really film it that well and went out of focus here, but in the end it turned out so cool. Now it's just some accessories left. I used some iridescent PU leather for the cybernetic accessories. I first added some eyelets to the back part of them so I can put them onto the doll later. I punch a hole in the marked spots with small scissors and then put the tiny eyelet on a thick needle to be able to easily put them in before securing them with the tool. Then I punch some more holes to it and add some cables using the Scooby-Doo rubber bands again. I add all the cables and secure them on the back with some glue and fabric pieces. And this is how it looked all done. And also, of course, the other leg piece. I also made her a little choker with Scooby-Doo's by just gluing them on a clear vinyl and gluing on some ribbons to it. And yeah, we're finally done! Prepare to blast this final presentation because of the amazing music. I have been on a very self-doubting journey lately, and this doll really helped me to restore my confidence as an artist. I love her so much and I wish I had her outfit for myself. Also, I want to thank my friends from Level -1 for letting me use their absolutely amazing music for my video. And here she is, all done. What do you like most about her? I think I really need to make myself a jacket like hers. I also want to take this opportunity to thank you all so much for the continuous support and love. It means the world to me and I'm so grateful for that. And also a big shout out to all my Twitch subscribers and patrons. You are all so freaking amazing and make all of this possible. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video and have a beautiful creative day. Bye!